here I want to break down the chart for see what happened on some Friday and the reason why I took the trade, the way I took it. If you watch out, you discover that for that particular trade, right, that there are, in fact, from the place I took the trade, it was few people higher above the place I took my took profit that the market did, which means that I almost took everything that the market provided for that Friday 9th January 2026. So now I've been trading the way I trade. I just want to point out to you guys the beginning, because sometimes you need to go back and make sure from the beginning you are able to figure out what the market is intending to do. So that will keep helping you to keep trading correctly. All right, so that's what I want to do here. So now you take a look at this at the chart now. You see at this point, you see the big bullish candle. I mean the big bearish candle of Monday 29 December 2025. When you look at this market, you think that the market want to start pouring down. But if you go to the video I made exactly for the week, Monday 29 December 2025, the outlook for the next week, I mean for that week, you discover that I correctly predicted that the market is going to stop here. Even this big bullish candle, it's not scary enough to make the market to go beyond here. And I gave my reasons why. So you just go to my YouTube channel, you'll be able to find the video, the date of the date of the date is written on it. You can easily find it in my YouTube channel, right? All right. So now this move started going up immediately after this candle. So let's now go down to the where my entry time frame to go explain some few things. Now I'm going to bring in the drawings that I have, but before I do that, let me zoom in to show you something before bringing in the drawing itself. All right, so what you notice here will be a very big uh, giant structure. And if you notice something, you discover that this after this structure was built up and a rejection around this area, and incidentally I predicted this rejection. If there's rejection here on that very day, the particular time, I mean, where all this occurred, before it occurred, watch my videos on YouTube, you find out that history. Some of them are live analysis I made on YouTube. So, all right, you now discover that this is just the place. After clearing something that looked like liquidity around this zone, the market should start going up, and this give balancing to this structure. You understand? This one, chart pattern knowledge will really help. It's very, very helpful. Now, when he did this and went up and came back again here to clear the liquidity around this zone properly, like that, you know what he created? This is head and shoulder bottom. And if you watch some of my videos on YouTube, especially the week after the week starting from 29 December 2025, you discover that I also predicted all this. I also predicted that this is head and shoulder bottom in the making in one of my live analysis on one of the videos. Then, so that we expect that this market should start shooting up. And I even describe what we need to see. I mean, from this particular point, I describe what you need to see when all these places has not formed, and then you take a buy trade, and it's going to be all the way, because this is the leg that brought head and shoulder bottom. So what you expect is getting to that leg, and that is exactly what it has done. Even this past Friday when market close, you see this point that has been able to bring it up to that leg, the main leg that brought it down, like that. So you can see. So if you have all this in mind, especially from this point when this has happened, you know head and shoulder bottom is in play. All you need to do is to start looking for buying opportunity, mostly buying opportunities. You can still sell when the market is retracing and all that, if you know what you are doing. But majorly, you can stick with buying opportunities. And that's what happens. So now let me bring my drawing in, because I just want to explain the trade for Friday before the market closed. And the reason why I took it when I took it. I took it that trade around 2 a.m. that Friday morning. So, and it went out to play well. So let me bring in my drawings. Okay, they are here. They are here already. So, all right, going back a little bit, just to remember, I've established the fact that I already know it's about buying, 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 buying we should be doing after the structure created. So this is where my chart pattern knowledge helps me in doing all this. So now, you see, after this build up from this point to this point, and then in fact, I was talking to a friend. I was telling the friend at this point that maybe bring in okay. I was telling a friend from this point that from here we're expecting head and shoulder top to build, and if we get this from this particular point, and we want to see something like this because here is segmented shoulder. That's what I call it. And then we need another segmented shoulder. If we see that the market is going to come to this point, this other block that is here, I said it. And then the thing that's at market close somewhere here for that day. I mean, we had it before the market got to this place. Sorry, and then we're expecting a head to form now with a segmented shoulder the other side of it, and that's exactly how it happened. All right. So now, what I'm trying to talk about is that when you understand structures and then with your smart money concept, you are really good to go in this market, and that's what I patiently decided to learn. I put in a lot of time to do this. So sometimes I see a structure building up, I get it from the beginning. So this one also means that the market had to come back to this other block. Let me show you. Okay, this other block, this other block. You see, because this is the leg that is taking the head and shoulder pattern upward. So we expect the market to come back to that other block, and that is exactly what the market did here. So after the market did that, it's just matter of when you see to do it, we are seeing break of structure to the downside. Or you see that they keep happening, break of structure to the downside. So when that happens, getting to that point where I expected the market to come back to, what am I expecting? If you want to go up, I want to see a sign. And that sign is seeing a change of character to the upside instead of break of structure to the downside that the market has been doing. And for me, this point is the where it actually happened. This point. So breaking above this high to this point, that is what I needed. So what I needed again is to see the market come back to the other block, because this will now become for me become the other block. Or even if I take this to be the other block, this is the end of the candle that created the other block. You see that? So I want market to come back to it, and that's exactly even many people will not take this. So because it's too close, they will not see it that way. But I saw it that way. So when this did after I saw this one a change of character. Now I saw this one as a return back to the other block that caused the change of character, and then the break of structure to the upside. You see that? So when that begins to happen, I begin to monitor every break of structure. Of course, this trade here actually took this trade from here to the upside. And then when this happened, another break of structure from here you can see this candle. You see, whenever there is a break above, after this bearish candle formed, it created a kind of little high. So I'm also waiting for a return to, because this becomes my other block, a return to it, and that's exactly what happened here. And that's why I took this trade from 1 minute time frame. This trade took it from 1 minute time frame. The stop loss is too tight. That is about 10 pips stop loss. So let's go to the 1 minute time frame so you see, because here you'll be thinking it's a free trade. No, because I entered it inside that candle. A particular candle is going to be a long journey to get to that. I think I should just zoom so we can get to that. I hope that this will be enough. Okay, so zooming in. So let's try to come back so that you see that entry. But most of the time I go to 1 minute time frame so that I can get a tighter stop loss. That's what I usually do a lot of the time. I don't want the video to be too much. Just trying to break down so you can see it. You can see the entry. You see the entry here. You see the entry here. So as you can see it, I had to enter inside this candle after I saw a turning pattern in 1 minute time frame. Shows me that I was convinced that it's going up. You see, so I have to put my stop loss just below. You understand? Just uh, below this low, this set of lows here. That's why you see that thing is very, very tight. You see it? It's about 10 pips stop loss to get 330 pips. You see 333 pips. So 333 pips. So that's why the ratio is 1 to 33. You see that? All right. So let's go back to 15 minutes. So let's go back. See that tight stop loss. All right. So back to 15 minutes. This is where we are. So when this is a major order block for me after creating a head to shoulder top like that. So when market came to this place, this break of structure to the upside became something I'm looking out for. So here, you see here, judging this other block correctly. So when the market came in, I start doing this. I have to go and take the market because now I am convinced in 1 minute. All right. And then, of course, you can see at this point, my take profits was hit that day. That's this for Thursday. And this is the one for Friday that I took around maybe around 2 a.m. or thereabouts. Like that. So you see my take profits. You can see the coordinate that is in my video that I've already published. You can find these coordinates there. You see our take profit was around 4504.39, and you can see our entry position 4455.04. Yeah, so that's it. That's it. So now what I'm trying to explain here, the reason why I took this trade, I will explain to you when I discover the market is going. So each time when it comes back, like this break of structure to the upside, you can see it. This break of structure to the upside that, of course, give me a win for this particular trade on Thursday. That is Thursday, 8th January 2026. Now, when it came back, it returned back. Remember, this week helped me to take my profit here. And then when it came back to return to the other block that caused this change of character to the upside, what do I need to do? I know that it's time to take the trade. Yet again, I went down to 1 minute to enter the trade with a tight stop loss. Though this one not too tight, I won't take it, but it's okay. And now 2 a.m. and you see throughout that day, the market grind and grind. Look at this point. This point was it. Now, why did I put because here, what you can see here, this purple line is a trend line, a bearish trend line. This thing runs from the all-time high of gold. So in fact, it runs across all the time frame. All the time frame. Let me zoom in and go to different time frame for you to see. So it's a you can see I differentiate it with a different color. I have other trend line, but it's not with a different color. Look at all-time high of gold. It ran through it. So it's a major trend line. So now, I expected after break above it, of course, the market should get up to this point. So you can see that. So if you go to all the time frame, including daily, even daily time frame, you still run across it. This is not. This will give us a little bit. Okay, let me just. Okay, so you can see it from the all-time high to the most recent high for daily time frame. So it runs through all the time frame. 4 hour time frame is there, 15-minute time frame is there. You see it, the trend line is there. So it's a major trend line, and that's why you saw a serious battle before it break above that trend line here. So I was watching. Now, because there is similarly other block like this close to the trend line, I was so sure that the market is going to break above it. So, and again, from where the market is coming, I so believe that the market is going to go above it. I was going to take my profit. You see, the Thursday market entry, I had to take my profit on it. So when it came and returning back from here, I expected it to break it. Why? Because of the structure, the general structure of the market, normal. So what it looks like is intending to do. That's why I took it, my take profit here. This is about 500 pip take profit. why I am, as I was sacrificing about 40 pip. Now this is 38 pip, so to say. So I call it 40 pip. That's and this is 1 to 13 raised to reward ratio. I did. So you can see chart pattern, structures, my smart money strategy, and all that concept and all that. Those were the things that were very, very helpful. So I was so sure this was going to break. And when this, look at this point, when this begin, when I was the market see all this happening, I told my friend I was with me that this is a struggle to break above this trend line because it's a huge trend line going across all time frames. So from lower time frame to higher time frame, so it's going to be very, very strong. And it fought so hard and eventually break above it. And you see, straight to my TP, immediately break above it and all that. So once again, the thought patterns, the your knowledge in different trading concepts and all that will come together to play a role because I'm combining the traditional uh, trading strategies with smart money and everything that I've learned. I combine them together to make some decision about all that. So that is what I do. So what is going to happen is that the next video, I mean, it's going to be live on YouTube today, later today, Sunday, and the evening, maybe around 7 p.m. I think I'll soon schedule that live stream. I'm going to come down and break down what we expect to happen to gold just tomorrow, Monday, when markets resume and for that week. So if anyone is interested, of course, you need to come to my YouTube, over to my YouTube channel, or those on other platforms like uh, uh, TikTok and the rest. Of course, you are going to get my video, but it's not going to be live video. I'm going to upload it too. Maybe not. I can make a separate video for that to break it down. Apart from that, I did in YouTube if I didn't record it, and but you're sure going to get it, but it might be a little bit late. So it's good for you to come over to the YouTube channel, and eventually you'll be able to participate live and see how we break it down and what we expect to where we expect to take our trades and all that, what we expect before taking our trades and all that, and wait for it to happen, and then we go ahead. One thing about all this expectation is that it tells you, it helps you to know what to do. When should you buy? When should you sell? We always spend two scenarios: buying scenarios and selling scenarios, because sometimes the market look bullish, but then it's going to be selling. Sometimes it look bearish, and then it's going to be buying when the market opens. Maybe for that day, you can be buying, and then later on it switches and all that. You can't just be waiting and all that. So we print all these scenarios that are relevant to the market, so that when you see them happening, then you are taking your trade. That's what we do. And that's what happened when I talked about with my friend. What we're expecting here, we're expecting when the market break above this side that is going to do head and shoulder, but top like that possibly. So that helped us too, because here we did sell and also did buy. Because when we saw the market doing exactly what we have predicted it should do based on the structure that is forming, when we started doing it, we begin to take advantage of it. So the same thing here, especially to return here. Immediately we returned here, we knew that any slightest sign from lower time frame, it's we'll have to take action from that point, because it's already doing what we asked. Once it give us a sign to enter an entry trigger, we take it straight ahead. All right, guys. So I'll see you later in the day when we analyze this live, so that we see what we're expecting from what we already have here and how we should prepare to trade it. So see you later. Bye for now.